January 1st means the new laws are on the books in all three Siouxland states. In Iowa, one new law focuses on school bus safety. Until now, Iowa school districts had the option to require its applicants for school bus driver jobs to complete an approved course. New legislation goes into more detail about what could be required by districts for their drivers. House File 395 spells out what school districts may require of their new and current drivers. According to the law, an approved course of instruction for school bus drivers includes one or more of the following: a course of instruction for school bus drivers approved by the Education Department, entry-level driver training completed in compliance with federal regulations, and other training as described in a resolution adopted by the school district. Now, if a school district did elect to require completion of an approved course for school bus drivers, that driver has to complete the course before or within their first 6 months on the job, and then they need to complete the course once every 24 months.